Now, away from politics, about 30 people are believed to be still missing following alleged state-enforced disappearances that began during the 2024 youth-led revolt against punitive tax laws. While the government has acknowledged harm against citizens and set aside billions for reparations, families of the vanished are faced with a tall order. They are asking, how do you compensate for the agony the state seemingly is responsible for, but refuses to admit or provide closure for? NTV's Laban Shaban explains.
The Kenya National Commission on Human Rights has secured 2 billion shillings for compensation and reparation of victims of protests dating back to 2017. While hundreds of families have submitted claims to the state, the same story cannot be told of dozens who disappeared, never to be found, with fears they may never be compensated. For the family of Kalani Mwema, who was allegedly abducted by state agents 16 months ago, the feeling is one of total abandonment by the government.
Even my dad, niliongea naye jana, nikamuuliza unafikirianga aje kuhusu kijana yako? Ananiambia bado tunamngoja hako. Hata sisi tunashindwa. Wenye hawajipatikana watakompensetiwa aje?
It is 460 days since Kalani Mwema disappeared, one of hundreds of Kenyans who vanished during the wave of protest that gripped the country.
Kwa hiyo compensation ya Mr. President, sisi hatujioni kama tutakuamani wale watu waliafektiwa, because kitu ya kwanza sisi hatujaipata mwana wetu.
As families continue to wait for answers about their missing loved ones, the Kenya National Commission on Human Rights is now working on a framework to compensate victims of protest.
Reparations ideally addresses cases that cannot go to the court process because of lack of evidence, lack of witnesses, and they do not meet the threshold for the courts to compensate. This is a way also of ensuring closure for them to know that probably their people died and they cannot be traced.
For now, the Commission is receiving claims from victims, families, and lists of complainants documented by rights groups. These are the people who faced the wrath of state high-handedness during the bloody demos.
How do you compensate? How do you give solace to a family who have no idea of what happened to their kin? There are people who, up to this point in time, are very bitter and angry, because they have not found their loved ones, because the police are not doing enough to give them information about their missing brother, son, or husband. And it's going to be a challenge.
Later, they will consolidate this with data from government agencies in the state's way of apologizing, though fears are rife that this is masked to escape accountability.
Katika ripoti yetu pia, baadhi ya mapendekezo ni kuwa IPOA iweze kufanya uchunguzi na kukamilisha na kuweka hadharani ripoti yake kwa kipindi cha chini ya miezi 6. Ile kwa uchunguzi sio unachukua muda mrefu sana, kipindi ambacho kinawaumiza wale ambao ni wasiriwa.
People who died were injured or were abducted and found appear to have a clear path towards compensation, but not the dozens who disappeared, including Kalani Mwema and Steve Mbisi, both whisked away in Mlolongo, Machakos County on 17th December 2024 during the anti-state demos. The Commission, noting that the process is continuous, is asking the government to move with speed and come to the rescue of families in the agony of lost kin.
For the executive to find a way to put in place or to commission an inquest or an inquiry for people who are yet to be found today.
As the clock ticks toward the April claim submission deadline, the heavy burden of proof remains on families who have neither a grave to visit nor a police record to sign, leaving the state in a precarious balance between a 2 billion shilling apology and a haunting silence that money cannot break. Laban Shaban, NTV.